Hello everybody, this is Toysareruss, and for this new figure unboxing and review we're going to be looking at the Newage Legendary Heroes number 55 Hughes, which is a legend scale third-party company's version of Powerglide. So we are of course going to do some comparisons and seeing how he looks compared to the original version of him, as well as a couple of other G1 mini bots as well. We can also see how he looks and displays with some other Newage legend scale figures, as well as some other third-party company legend scale figures, so from Magic Square and indeed from Iron Factory. We can also see how he looks and I suppose displays and compares with some Generation 1 figures and some main line figures. So loads to get through with this video. As I start to pop all these back, I'd like to remind anybody who's not subscribed to this channel, if they'd like to hit that subscribe button for me now please, because again it really will help me out. And also, if you like this figure enough, at the end of the review there's going to be a link in the description where you can purchase it directly, and that is from Show Z, as I say. So I have to say thank you to them, because as you can see they got him to me nice and safely. Now, one other thing that I don't think many people have realized this, but because I'm an avid collector of Japanese Transformers, this box is a very cheeky Japanese version of the old Choro Q boxes, which you can see here. So again, in Japan they had these little boxes exactly like this, and they've pretty much gone and copied it here, which I just really like. It's just another little subtle thing that I've noticed that Newage figures like to do with their packaging, etc. They like to give us little nods to other toy lines. So the box, as we've seen, is exactly that. It's a pretty much Choro Q Japanese Takara, as good as copies we're going to get. There he is in his robot mode and his alternate mode, and they're calling him Hughes, and there he is on the back. And again, we're representing, or I suppose recollecting even as well, one of course the Generation 1 cartoons. So I've quickly opened this already just to make the speed of the video go a bit faster. So let's open up the box, and of course there's still all plastic inserts because they're not going all cardboard like some of the mainline figures. There he is. Oh, he's behind this clamshell. There he is. Here he is. Let's get him out of the box and have a look at him. There's the sticker. Let's pull that off and stick that on the side as well. And there indeed he is. And wow, he is super small, to be honest. I mean, I know they're legend scale figures, so that sounds a bit crazy even saying it, but yeah, he is small. We've got a stand, a flight stand. This looks pretty much exactly the same as the Seekers and maybe even Shockwaves, to be honest. We'll put that to one side. We've got the instructions there, and indeed we've got more homages to the G1 cartoon. We've got his gun, and indeed we've got the alien face mask. So while I just pop him there, I'm going to quickly just get into this for us so we can have a look at his accessories. So yeah, they always do things like this. They always have little nods again to the original Generation 1 cartoon, obviously with the back of the box and indeed with this accessory. So let's have a look at him first and foremost. So what's got me straight away is the size. You can see that he's going to be ridiculously articulate, so we might as well have a look at that. So the head, yep, it spins side to side. It's super stiff, and obviously it's caught in between the wings, but it does, with regards to looking up and down. Now I know that's how we can change the face, so I'm going to show you that in a second, but there's even detail there. Look on the face, you've got the mask, the glistening eyes, the arms and the shoulders will go. Well, the shoulders, what are they going to do? Yep, they spin all the way around. They go all the way out to the side. There's a shoulder swivel. There's a bicep flexion. It looks like there's a double bicep, to be honest. There's a waist swivel. There's an ab crunch. Bearing in mind, this is a tiny figure, and this is exactly why they refer to these as mini masterpieces. There's a hip twist. There's a knee twist, as well as a bend and a rock, because it is part of the transformation process, and the same with the ankle tilt and rock as well. Now, even though it is quite small, there's a little bit of die cast in this, and you can feel and see that there around on the back. The legs, I suppose it's pretty well covered up, to be honest. There's not too many gaps, but again, you've got to take into consideration the size of this and what exactly it is. That looks like it's just a teensy bit loose. Nothing too bad, nothing to worry about though. So let me just show you here what we can do with this head. So let's lift this up, rotate it 180 degrees. Now we've got an attachment there where we can just literally slot this in, and there you go. Great little bonus Look at the detail on that as well. There's even, can I get it to focus? Yeah, you can see his eyes there on it. That's good. That's a lovely little bonus feature. Again, I like the fact that they do this. I like the fact that they do throw so many little extras in, rather than just your standard accessories. We'll have a look at the flight stand when he's in his alternate mode. There he is in his robot mode. And again, just can't believe it. I think that he's actually, oh, a little bit smaller. He is, isn't he? He's smaller than the original. Of course, he's far more articulate. And I mean, look at the apart from obviously 40 years, but look at the main differences between there. He's about the same size. No, he's even smaller than the G1 Bumblebee. So that's how he looks in displays against some original figures. Let's see how he looks size-wise, etc., against some core class Hasbro official products. So again, he's much smaller. In fact, he scales, I think, really well with them, to be honest. I think he scales really good with that. Let's move these out of the way, and let's bring in Newage Optimus Prime. There we go. I've also got Newage Megatron, but I'll bring you right in a second. That's Iron Factory's Stealth Phantom, which is of course Hollow Mirage. I'm just trying to find them all. I've got Magic Square's Trailbreaker. Here is Newage's Megatron. So let's put a couple of the Newages next to him, to be honest. So yeah, he really is a proper mini bot, isn't he, compared to them? And then just finally, a couple more comparisons, just for people who don't collect any of these and want an idea of how big he is, I suppose, to compare to some normal G1 figures or reissue G1 figures, and finally some mainline figures. So there's a deluxe Shrapnel for you, absolutely tiny, and there's a mainline Rise of the Beasts Prime, again absolutely tiny. But in honesty, there's nothing more to say about him in this mode. Let's have a look at him in his alternate mode. So then, here he is in his alternate mode. Quick apologies, no transformation process on this video. Main reason is to keep the length of the video down, and the second is because I've uploaded a tutorial with the full transformation to plane and back, purely because it is really intricate and there's loads of transformation steps, to be honest. So as I say, keep the main length of the video down, and indeed to help people who want help, and of course people who want to see it. The alt mode itself, it's really clever. You can pretty much see all the workings there of how many pieces that it did fold out into. It's quite interesting because again, it's now, is it the same size? No, it's still smaller than a Generation 1, but again, obviously the level of detail is, of course, excuse the pun, on a different scale. It really is. These turbines, you can move them around, you can have them high, you can have them low, you can even turn them slightly with that. Same with the tail fins, you know, you can sort of adjust these as well. There's no landing gear, which isn't a negative thing at all. There's detail even there. Look, there's even a bit of translucent plastic there in the cockpit, which is great. You can of course put stickers on it if you want to put your Autobot logo on, and you've got this tab here which is going to fit straight onto this arm here, which comes, as I say, with the package. So all of this comes together, so you don't just get the figure, you get his normal accessory, you get the alien head, and of course you get this, so you can really sort of pose however you want. We can spin this around, make him look like he's taking off, or indeed just like that. To be honest, I think he looks really rather good. As I say, hopefully you can get an idea of looking at all the bits there. Now, I'm still getting used to third party, so if I'm being honest, the transformation process for me, first time round, I gotta confess, I found it really tricky, and I've got, I suppose, stubby fingers, shall we say, so I'm not the best at doing it. That's really good, actually. I was just testing to see, yes, you can put that right the way out, and I've just jinxed it. And it won't tip over. I thought it might have done, but all I can do is slightly adjust there. So there's loads of movement on this. You can really sort of pose him as and where, how you want to be fair. And as I say, it is a nice looking alternate mode, and these stands are just an absolute brilliant little bonus because they're so detailed. It could be, you know, something that you might want to display in this particular mode, or because there is 3 definitely at the moment, maybe more. So we've got Bad Boy Deco, which is the white one. We've got Viper, which is the blue one. We've got this standard one, which of course is Powerglide at the minute, but I'm fully expecting there to be even more, which they always seem to do, which is good. Let's have a quick look. So you can see there where the arms have pretty much folded up. You can see the die-cast parts in it. It's structurally very, very good. The paint apps are brilliant. They're even like a little bit shiny on the plastic. It all just fits together really good. And as I say, my experience of these so far are just exactly that. They're brilliant little figures. If I want to be negative about anything, and it's nothing really to do with the figure, it's just the fact that there's nowhere to store any of these when they're in alternate mode. So it would be a case of putting them in the box, or I wonder if you can put it on the stand. I just wonder if there's a little hole. Yeah, you can put the gun in that hole there, which I've just realised. But with regard to the face, I don't know. Maybe you can. Maybe it'll go there. I'm not too sure. I'm just literally, as you can see, I suppose you can rest it on there if you wanted to. I'm just learning it pretty much the same as you. But as I say, not really much more to go through with this. Display's amazing in robot mode. Scales really well. Even scales really well with the original figures as well, to be honest. You can stick him in there if you wanted to, as an exactly that, as a bonus upgrade. But I'm going to finish off by popping him back on his stand very simply by there. Then the alien heads come off, and then what I'm going to do is just put him right next to Newage's David, which is their Optimus Prime, and that's where I'm going to bring this video to an end. Let me know what you think of him in the comments, guys. As I say, if you want to order one yourself, there is a direct link in the description as well. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching. Take care.